Okay. My name is Margaret Barnes, and I'm a member of the League of Women Voters of the Jackson area. The League is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization. The League provides voter education to help voters make informed choices. However, the League never supports nor opposes a particular candidate or political party. Hinds County voters, we have a special election on Tuesday, November the 2nd, 2021. We urge you to go to the polls. The polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. A new sheriff, county judge, and a district constable will be elected. Today, we have a candidate for sheriff to interview, Mr. Tyree Jones. Thank you, Mr. Jones, so much. We're very happy that you're here with us today. And to prepare you for this interview, I will give you a question and you will have 1.5 minutes to respond. And there are 5 questions. So are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready. And thank you for having me as well, ma'am.
You're welcome. You're welcome. The first question, what is your experience in education that prepares you to be Hinds County Sheriff?
Well, I have 22 years of law enforcement experience. I served with the Jackson Police Department for 20 years, and I've been with the Hinds County Sheriff's Office for just almost 2 years at this particular point. So I have several hundreds of hours in law enforcement training outside of my regular basic recruit training that I went through with the Jackson Police Department when I entered as a recruit about 22 years ago. But I have experience in several divisions within the law enforcement agencies. I have experience in leadership as well. Now, I have a basic high school diploma from St. Joseph Catholic High School, and I went to Tougaloo College for 3 years, and I went to Belhaven College for 1 year. I do not have my, I'm just a few hours short of obtaining my degree in business administration, but I do have several college credits as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Question number 2. The Hinds County Detention Center is under a U.S. Department of Justice consent decree demanding improvements at the detention center. How will you address the consent decree?
Well, I already have some experience with the consent decree. Since I've been with the sheriff's office for 2 years, I have been a part of the ongoing process of addressing the issues of the consent decree and being able to get in compliance with the areas in the consent decree that has to be addressed. So I look forward to continuing to address the issues that should be addressed in the consent decree. Of course, you know, we've been under the consent decree for about 5 years, and I am well aware of the issues that we are plagued with at the Hinds County Detention Center as well. But you have to follow the steps that are provided by the monitors in an effort to report back to the Department of Justice. Once you continue to make progress with the issues in the consent decree, at some point, your #1 objective and your #1 goal is to come from under the federal consent decree as well. Another thing is you have to have a working relationship with the Hinds County Board of Supervisors in an effort to continue to address the issues of the consent decree as well. And lastly, what I do plan to do is develop a platform for the citizens to see and to be transparent with the citizens about the progress that we are currently making as it relates to the consent decree as well.
Thank you. Thank you. The third question, how do you plan on recruiting, training, and retaining more officers?
Well, you have to have something to be able to provide to your officers or to your deputies in an effort to recruit them. So your #1 objective would be have some type of pay plan in place. You want to be able to study what some of the other departments in the surrounding areas in the state are making. You need to have a competitive salary to offer them. You want to be able to offer them incentives as it relates to the job. There may be incentives for college education. There may be incentives for being in good physical shape, good physical health during their tenure with the Hinds County Sheriff's Office as well. So these are some of the things that you have to be able to do to be able to retain your employees as well. Because as we know, the law enforcement field is competitive. Anytime a sworn deputy or a non-sworn deputy, at that case, see an opportunity that they can go somewhere else, they can maybe work less and make more money, they're going to take that opportunity. But you have to have something to give them. You have to be able to show them that you appreciate them, that you support them as well. Therefore, you will have better morale within your department as well.
Thank you. What are your strategies for crime prevention to make Hinds County safer?
You have to have a partnership with the community. You have to have a partnership as it relates to community policing. We have to let the citizens know that you are the ambassadors for a law enforcement agency. Just as much as the citizens need law enforcement needs the citizens as well. You have to have a specialist or specialists in place with the correct knowledge and the expertise as it relates to crime prevention. So therefore they can relate this information to the citizens and develop a network between the citizens and the Hinds County Sheriff's Office Crime Prevention Unit is what is normally called. So again, this all goes back to your community policing. It's kind of what we consider policing 101 in today's era, in today's age. You have to let the citizens know that you are ready to help them, you're available to help them, and you have the resources available to share information with them and create a partnership with them. Another way that you can handle this is you have to go into the community. You have to identify platforms in the community and involve them as well. Some of these platforms involve your churches, your schools, your nonprofit organizations as well. So you need all hands on deck. You need everybody involved, and you need a collective system as it relates to community policing to have a successful crime prevention platform in place as well.
Thank you. And your last question, law enforcement in Hinds County consists of the Sheriff's Office plus police departments of 6 municipalities. How do you see all these agencies working together to be more effective?
Once again, it goes back to partnership, ma'am. You have to develop relationships and you have to develop partnerships with these other agencies as it relates to the crime. It's no secret that the city of Jackson, which is in Hinds County, is the largest municipality in Hinds County, is currently plagued with violent crime. You know, you can't just say that that is a city of Jackson problem and be the sheriff of Hinds County and not accept some responsibility in an effort to address those violent crimes. But again, you have to be able to develop working relationships with these other agencies. You have to be able to communicate with them as well. Effective communication, information sharing, and effective partnerships reduces crime. It addresses the areas as well where you know that crime needs to be reduced. So you have to be able to also involve other local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies as well within this plan. Whereas there may not be certain resources that you may have within the Hinds County Sheriff's Office, but there may be resources that can be provided through the federal government as well. And what I mean by that is sometimes there could be monetary issues, there could be manpower, there can be equipment issues as well. Well, if you involve these other agencies, they are willing to assist you with the resources they have as well. So you want to include these in your partnerships along with your other municipalities. And this will bring about a good presence, and it will show the citizens of Jackson, the citizens of Hinds County, that we are working collectively in partnerships in an effort to address crimes within Hinds County.
Mr. Jones, I really want to thank you for participating today. And I would like to also remind the Hinds County voters of this very important election on Tuesday, November the 2nd, 2021. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. And thanks to you and your organization for allowing me this opportunity, ma'am.
You're welcome. Take care.
All right. Have a good day. Yes,
You too.
ma'am. You too. Bye-bye.